Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope you're doing really well in this moment in time, and that whenever and wherever you happen to be in this wild, wonderful, wacky world, that you are able to believe in yourself. Now, it's really important to believe in yourself, and most people, to some extent, do believe in themselves, right? It's one of those things that people say, and then you go, oh yeah, I totally believe in myself. But you have to ask yourself if you really, truly trust yourself. Because if you have thoughts that are doubtful, and you feel like maybe there's something you want to do, and you kind of think you can, but then you kind of doubt you're going to go through with it, and you just kind of a little bit hemming and hawing and fighting against yourself inside your own head, then you're not really truly believing in yourself. That doubt is kind of like, so you have to 100% be honest with yourself. So if there's a thing that you are wanting to accomplish or achieve, you have to ask yourself, is it something from myself? Is this my thing I wish to accomplish? Or is this the peer pressure coming from other people? Is it my parents or aunts and uncles and grandparents telling me I got to do this thing? A lot of people, I've met a lot of people over the years that went into medicine or law because their parents expected them to do that. And at the end of their law school or their medical school, or even they became the lawyer or the doctor, and they just weren't happy. And they're just like, I don't really, like their life satisfaction is very, very down. Oh, their parents are pleased as punch, of course, because, they complied with their wishes. And, these people believed in themselves, but they didn't believe in their own dream, and they didn't believe in their own voice. And those are things that are very important. You have to know yourself. So whatever the thing is, you have to ask yourself, am I doing this for myself? Am I doing this for other people? And once you have the answer to that, and hopefully the answer is, I am doing this for myself, this is my dream, then you have to ask yourself if you are enthusiastic and excited about it. Is this your passion and where you're really wanting to go? And if the answer is no, you've got to ask, what other dreams do I have that maybe will spark and fuel me in a different way? What's going to help me to be the person I wish to be? Because at the end of the day, folks, it's only you. You're the only one that has to answer for your actions in your life. And you don't want to be, looking at your life 30 years from now going, I just really didn't do what I wanted to do. And this really sucks because now I'm running out of time. You have to look at the thing that you're doing and make certain it is 100% your idea. It is 100% your passion and what you want to do in life. And this is, if you could look at yourself 30 years from now and you could say, I'm really grateful I did this thing. And you could see yourself still in that profession or still in that, whatever it is, thing that you thought you wanted. and you see yourself being really happy and really fulfilled, then there's no reason you should have to doubt yourself. So you have to build your own belief in yourself, and you have to be very forceful and use your will in order to continue on that path, because even if it's something that you love, even if it's a complete and total passion for you, there will still be the hard days. The universe makes you work for it, baby. And if you're not working for it, you're not going to appreciate it. If you're not paying for it, you're not going to appreciate it. How many times have people said, oh, I have this thing for you, and they give it to you, and you, like, if it's a book, and you're just like, and you just don't watch it. Years ago, this guy, a friend of mine, he gave me a movie, and he went on and on and on and on and on about the movie, and I never watched it. I had it for years, and then I put in storage, and then I lost the storage. I still never saw the movie. And when he first told me about the movie, I was excited about it, like really, really want to, but it was just like, it was just oversold, overplayed. After a while, I wasn't interested. But he gave this movie to me for free. Like, it wasn't that appreciated. And I have another friend who gave me a book one year for my birthday, and it was a book that his friend had written, and so he wanted to honor his friend, and bought the book so his friend gets a little royalty commission. And I never read the book. It was free. It was kind of sweet. He gave me, it wasn't really my genre or whatever, but what a sweet thing. And I kept the book. I held on to it for years and never read it. I didn't appreciate it. But books that I paid out of my own pocket, I read, and some of those books I read 3 or 4 times because I want to get my money's worth. I put more value, I place more value in the things that I've paid for, that I've worked towards, that I've earned on my own. So you need to build your belief in yourself. And one of the ways that you can do that is to write a list of accomplishments. Now, this is something that I learned from Bill Bartman, who is the billionaire you've never heard of. He is a hell of a nice guy, literally the nicest person I've ever met. And when I met T. Harv Eker, who is like a 100 millionaire, not quite a billionaire yet, when I met him in person and I said, I actually have a message from one of your friends, Bill Bartman. He wanted me to tell you hello for him because I just met him last week and here I'm meeting you, and he wanted me to relay the message to you. And T. Harv Eker said to me, you know what? Thank you for that. And he just got a little misty-eyed. He got a little tear in his eye. He goes, you know what? I have to tell you something. Bill Bartman is the nicest billionaire I have ever met in my life. He is a true, valuable person. He is a really good person. And he is. He really is. He came from nothing. He came from nothing and lived in the slums, wanted to kill himself even when he was in high school. He just hated his life. And his wife, who's his wife now, was his girlfriend in high school. And she helped him build up his belief in himself. And now he's a billionaire. And not only that, he is helping other people to achieve their financial dreams. And how he became a billionaire was he started a collection agency that was actually nice to people. He said, when I was growing up, they would call the house and they were so mean. And they would hurt my mother and she would cry. It's like we would pay the bills if we had the money, but we don't have the money and we couldn't pay the bills. And what's the point of making a woman feel bad about not paying the bills? And then when his dad would answer the phone, he'd get all kinds of angry, and it caused a problem in the house. It was horrible. And he's like, and they're ruining people's lives by creating constantly fights and friction. Everyone knows if they're not able to pay a bill, that they need to pay the damn bill. No one is stupid here. But when you're poor and when you're going through this, and a lot of people are going through this stuff right now, they can't make ends meet because of the coronavirus. We're all in that pandemic, right? So anyway, that's what he did. He said, I'm going to start a collection agency where we are going to call the people we're going to call them customers or clients, not deadbeat jerk-offs that don't pay their bill, right? And that's how he became billionaire, by being nice. By being nice. And his collection agency, by being nice, collected more debt than any other collection agency in the United States, because you can always catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, as they say. And he is one of the nicest people. In fact, he and I corresponded for years after we met, and he always had good advice for me. And one of the things I did learn from him is, in order to feel good about yourself and build your confidence in yourself and your self-esteem in yourself, you have to write a list of accomplishments. So if you get a chance this weekend, go ahead, or this week, depending on when you're listening to this episode, go ahead and get a piece of paper and a pen and write down all of the things that you have achieved in your life. Now, these can be really early achievements. I learned how to walk. I learned how to talk. I learned how to tie my shoes and dress myself. I mean, if you're in grade school, you don't have a really massive list of accomplishments yet, right? But you can start with the things you learned as a baby. Do you know how many people, it is $1 billion industry for people around the world to learn English. And if you grew up in an English household and you speak English, that's a huge accomplishment. If you start looking at every milestone in your life as an accomplishment, this is going to help you build your belief for your future, your confidence, and your self-esteem. So this is what Bill Bartman said. He said, write a list of your accomplishments. Did you graduate from grade school? Did you move on to junior high? Did you graduate from junior high? Not everybody has. Did you graduate from high school? Do you have a diploma? Did you get a GED? If not, that's a huge accomplishment for some people. My kids were homeschooled, and so I couldn't give them a high school diploma. Even though I created one for them, I made one for each of them. My oldest had it, but she was like, Mom, no one's going to believe that Sunshine Academy is a real school. I'm like, I registered with the state of California, and I did get my emergency teaching credentials. So, technically, I gave this to you because you did earn all the things I said. You finished your graffiti studies course, and that we completed by going to several countries and studying graffiti. We spent hundreds of hours looking at graffiti in Mexico, Guatemala, the United States, in Detroit, San Francisco, all over the place, in Oakland. So, but she said, no, I need to do this. So she got her GED and she passed all of her classes. And she's like, I can't believe it. I did it. I can't believe I actually was able to pass math. I was able to pass science. I was able to pass English. And it was really actually not that hard. Like, yeah, because you were learning while we were out traveling and having fun. You didn't even know you were learning. That's my teaching method. You don't know what you know until you realize, oh crap, I know that. How cool. I already actually did know that. Well, that's cool. Yeah. So that's an important accomplishment. If you have your GED or your high school diploma, that is an accomplishment. So you write down all of the things, certifications, or just anything. If you've learned how to play the guitar, if you've learned how to speak another language, even if you've learned how to do karate and you even got your white belt or your yellow belt, maybe you didn't go all the way. Maybe you're not a double black belt, but you at least got one. Write it down. You accomplished a full year of ballet. So you're not a prima donna ballerina. That's okay. You completed a whole year. That's more than most people have done, right? So you could write down your big accomplishments, your small accomplishments, If you had a goal of losing 20 pounds and you did, write it down. That is an accomplishment. If you always wanted to have a successful relationship, and what maybe your criteria for that is a relationship that lasts more than 3 months or a relationship that's lasted 1 year, write it down. There's a lot of people who can't get past 2 or 3 weeks. So whatever it is, whatever you've been able to accomplish, write it down, whether it's big, whether it's small. You know, maybe you went to a training seminar for your work and you got a certification, which means absolutely nothing to you, but your boss made you go. Now you got a piece of paper that you're like, it's an accomplishment though. Write it down. And like I had a job where I was the sunglasses person at Target. I worked for a company that is hired by Target Corporation, and I had to go every single Saturday, and I had to put on these little white gloves, and I had to wash, or I will clean every single pair of sunglasses on the rack. How weird, right? Did you know that they hire people to clean the sunglasses? And also the reading glasses? That's literally what I did. And I was trained to help people pick out the best sunglasses that will frame their face, that will make them look good, because sometimes people will ask you, and they had to teach me what to do, how to do it. I mean, how cool is that? It was a very bizarre skill to have, let me tell you. But I did it, and I mean, it was really hard just standing there washing 500 pairs of sunglasses. It took me 4 hours every Saturday. And little kids would come by with sticky little fingers, and people would grab the sunglasses by the glass, and I'd have to go over them again and clean them again. And I had to take the inventory. And one day, my boss came in and she said, I'm going to take you back to the back of the warehouse, and you have to be warehouse trained in order to be in the back of Target. And I'm like, okay. And she took me through a training system. I had to read a manual. I had to go on the computer, and I had to learn how to see what is in stock and what is not in stock in Target. Well, I didn't work for Target Corporation, but at the end of that, I achieved, I had a certification of backroom Target something, a certification of backroom in Target. I don't know. I don't even remember what it's called. And then she gave me the cutest little pin that apparently only Target employees have. And it was a little Target symbol. And I wore that thing proudly. It was a weird thing to have, but I felt like I accomplished something, even though it was just so that I could clean sunglasses. And every now and again, they would give me extra work, and I would have to go and check inventory of different shirts or jeans or whatever else is in the store that Target Corporation wanted an independent check on their employees and their store, and that was one of my jobs. So when they said we only have 6 microwave ovens on the floor, my job would have to be to drive there and count the microwaves in stock. What's on the floor, what's in the back room, and I learned how to do that. It was such a bizarre skill, and I only used it for maybe 6 months of my life, and then I moved on to a different company. But I loved my time at Target, and I loved my insane sunglasses cleaning job. And I mean, I made really good money. They paid for my time driving from my home to the store. And they even put me up in another city where I had to drive to the city. It was like a 2.5 hour drive each way. I got paid 5 hours for just driving, listening to music and having a good time on my own. It was so amazing. They paid for all of my food for 3 days. They paid for my hotel. They paid for everything, just so I could go clean sunglasses and do some inventory checks in another city. It was a weird thing, but it's on my list of accomplishments. It's like, yeah, wow. I actually showed up for that job. I showed up for those people, and I helped them out, and I got this weird little certification. Okay. I even took certification training to sell rainbow vacuum cleaners. They're not really a vacuum cleaner. They're an air cleaning system. That's what I learned because of my training. And now the Rainbow Corporation has my name in the company. Anytime I wish to go back and work for them for the rest of my life, that's a weird accomplishment and certification I have. I have a lot of weird ones like that. And maybe you do too, and you haven't thought about it in years. Like, oh yeah, I did get that one trophy when I was in 6th grade. I mean, it was weird, but okay, yeah. Maybe you blew the most bubbles in a competition and you won a ribbon. That's an accomplishment. It's weird, but it's an accomplishment, right? My father, when he was a little boy, 12 years old, he won a Duncan yo-yo contest in Los Angeles. He got his name and his picture in the paper because he knew the most tricks with a yo-yo. And when I was a little girl and I got my first yo-yo, it was my dad, the Duncan yo-yo champion of Los Angeles, who taught me everything I needed to know to have a happy yo-yo experience. And I was so proud of that. I was proud of my dad. And he was like, it's so funny. It's the one thing I never thought would ever come in handy in my life. And yet it was a fun thing because it's a hobby of mine, playing with a yo-yo. And that's what his friends did. My dad was born in 1938. So he was I think the Duncan yo-yo champion of maybe 1950. That's a long time ago. But this was an accomplishment for him. This was on my dad's list. So whatever it is that you have, write down all of your accomplishments. And anytime you don't feel good about yourself and you think, I'm never going to finish, I can never do this, I'm not good enough, I want you to pull out that list of accomplishments and read them all out loud. You know, if you learned how to walk and talk, start with that and write everything down. Were you the captain of the debate team when you were in 5th grade? Write that down. Might have been 1 week out of your life, but they chose you. So whatever it is, if you've ever been in a play, if you've ever been on stage and you did what you set out to do, if you were ever in a talent show, even if you lost, most people in the talent show do lose. There's only one winner. There might be 30 people in the talent show, but there's still 29 people who tried. As long as you try, you're never a failure. So write down your list of accomplishments and pull it out anytime you need to build your belief in yourself. And once you have belief in yourself, you can build trust in yourself. And now you could achieve anything in your life. So there you go. There you have it, guys. That was my big speech for you today to kind of keep you in your good graces. You have to be literally in your own good graces in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Now, my son, today he made dinner, and it was awesome. He made hamburgers. And while he was making hamburgers, I was doing the dishes, and he said, "Would you look at you?" And I'm like, "What?" And he said, "Look at how motivated you are this past couple weeks. I've really noticed that you've been cooking more, you've been keeping on top of the dishes more, you've been doing more, and you're also achieving your goal to get your TESOL certification, and you're doing your show." And I was showing him today, I said, "Look, yesterday, 75,000 listens have been clocked on my podcast. And now it's actually more. It's 75,500 listens today." And he was like, "Look you've already done more than 500 shows." And I said, "You know what? Today will be 516 episodes I've already done for my show. That's an accomplishment. I set out to make this goal, and I did it, and here I am. Now I'm hoping to have 500 more. I mean, once you are 10,000 hours in any field, that's when you are considered to be a master in your field. So of course, that's my goal. It's amazing, right? It's an amazing goal to have. So we were talking about that. We're talking about motivation. And once you're motivated in one area of your life, you do get motivated in all the other areas of your life. I was motivated to eat more vegetables, and we started eating more vegetables. And then a few days ago, I said, let's have a sandwich. And I'm like, wait a minute, we have a bunch of vegetables. So I started cutting up all the vegetables, and the meat layer of the sandwich is really teeny tiny, and the vegetable layer of the sandwich is like 4 or 5 inches thick. I was like, oh my God, we've made Dagwood sandwiches. It took us a long time to eat them. And we were laughing so hard, but we put half a head of lettuce on each sandwich. and all the carrots and all the tomatoes, and now today we even had onions and Gruyere cheese. And we had a bunch of vegetables. And I'm like, look at how easy it was suddenly, out of nowhere, to incorporate tons of vegetables in our food again. We had gone for a couple months without a whole lot of vegetables. And I'm like, look, isn't that funny how now all of a sudden I built my belief in myself, I built my trust in myself, and I am doing it. I'm not a hoper anymore, I'm a haver. And I'm having my life the way I want it, and suddenly everything is lining up in place. Now, another thing that you might need as a booster, when you feel like you need a booster, go check out on YouTube. Go look up binaural beats or isochronic tones or subliminal messages. Find someone who's reputable, who you trust. Even if you do rest relaxation Reiki. I love her. She's amazing. Her Reiki has actually helped me. I feel the energy of it. Find something on YouTube, and when you go to sleep at night, go ahead and put this on. Now, if it's just that you need to relax more, you could put on fireplace. Fireplace. Just look up fireplace, and you will have about 100 different choices. Which kind of fireplace do you want? You might even find a fire next to a river or a fire next to the ocean, and that will help relax you at night. It'll give you a deeper sleep. Or maybe you want to hear the roaring ocean. That also alleviates stress and anxiety. And if you need this while you're at home during the day, maybe you're working from home, one thing that I have noticed is there is a webcam in California, the Monterey Bay Aquarium webcam. In fact, they've got a couple of them. And I like to watch the Garibaldi off the coast of California. And the Garibaldi are fish that, well, they look like goldfish, but they're huge, and they are saltwater fish. And they're beautiful. They're about a foot long. They're so cute. And you could see the swaying of the seaweed, and I love that. So a lot of times I will just have something like that on in the background, just to alleviate my stress and have a calm home environment. But what I've been doing lately is I've been doing binaural beats, and I've been really enjoying the binaural beats for attracting abundance. Also, I've done it for opening chakras in the past. I've done it for attracting love. I have done it for attracting friendships. There's binaural beats for anything and everything, to build confidence, to boost your belief in yourself, self-esteem, everything and anything that you can imagine you can achieve in a wide variety of ways. And I just gave you several examples of how you can do this. So anyway, that's my big message, you guys, for the week, for Friday. Now I'm going to get into space weather news. We're going to start this a little earlier than usual because we have a lot to get through in A Course in Miracles. So here we go. Spaceweather.com, we're going to start with this. The current solar wind conditions are 448.9 kilometers per second. So it's more than it has been in the past few weeks, but less than it has been in the past week. Remember, it was like a 680 mile an hour, 680 kilometers per second wind a couple days ago when the solar wind was just flowing directly from the sun at us. It's like the sun's going, it's like, yes, sun, we smell your breath. Stop blowing on us already. So anyway, we do have a sunspot facing us, but as I mentioned yesterday, it's a relatively simple magnetic field, and it does not really pose a threat for a strong explosion. I did find an article online about that today, and they were saying if it goes off, this can happen. No, it can't. Look, you got to look at the magnetic poles of this, and it's very weak. Don't worry. We're not going to get bombarded by a coronal mass ejection from the sun anytime soon. Not from this spot. So no worries there. As far as the cosmic radiation coming our way from the cosmos, as it were, usually hits us more when there is a weakening in the Earth's magnetic field and in the sun's magnetic field, both of which are happening now. So right now we are high as far as the neutron counts are, and the cosmic radiation level is 9.8% of the space age average right now. This has gone up in the past 48 hours. The change is plus 0.2%. So we have a little bit more cosmic radiation coming our way. Now, the noctilucent clouds have been around now for a while, and they've been absolutely beautiful, and some people are freaking out because they don't know what a noctilucent cloud is, or that that's a thing. They go out in the middle of the night, especially like in England, and they're going, oh my God, why does it look like daytime in the middle of the nighttime? This doesn't make sense. A few people have been freaking out about this. It's just the noctilucent clouds, but not to worry. They are now in retreat, which is a little bit sad for me. The sky looks cobalt blue and so beautiful in all these pictures, and I will miss looking at them on spaceweather.com. The noctilucent clouds, it says, the electric blue ring around the Arctic Circle is in sharp retreat, and the bulk of the clouds are now contained inside 70 degrees north latitude. And this is normal. And, well, what happens? Where does the noctilucent clouds come from? They form every year when the summertime wisps of water vapor rise up to the edge of space, and they crystallize around specks of meteor smoke. The clouds are always the strongest in June and July, and then naturally they begin to fade back in August. So this is normal, and this is what's going on right now. And they say that late season sightings are still possible in Scandinavia and Canada, and even in Siberia. So at least you guys have something to look forward to if that's where you're from. So they say the noctilucent clouds in California, though, sadly are done for now, at least for this summer, and probably next year you'll get to see them again. Now, there is a real-time noctilucent cloud photo gallery if you have missed them on spaceweather.com. Now, remember what we said a couple days ago, that today is the day that we are receiving solar winds. So yeah, from the coronal hole in the sun, a lot of wind just kind of came our way. And I haven't felt it yet, but I have a feeling tonight we'll get it. Usually we get it in the evening, late in the evening. And it has been for weeks. It was on Saturday and Sunday. Now it's Friday and tomorrow. Friday and Saturday of this week. So it looks like we're getting back to what's been normal again. So we will get some solar wind tomorrow, as well as today later on probably when I'm finished recording this. I'm doing it early because I wanted not to be affected by it because it always makes me so sleepy. All right. As far as the All-Sky Fireball Network is concerned, NASA's All-Sky cameras scanned the skies above the United States for the meteoritic fireballs. And guess what, guys? We had 36 fireballs today. Oh my God. And they all look very neat in this picture, the way their trajectories are. It looks like a parabola or almost like a black hole. Okay, we don't have a black hole above the United States. In spite of some of the things going on there, you'd think that there's something going on, maybe, that's causing all the craziness. But you know what? Here we go. 36 fireballs. This was 20 sporadics and 16 Perseids. So that's pretty crazy. And the space weather, it does have a lot of bearing on what's going on weather-wise, right? There's a lot of crazy weather, a lot of nasty storms hitting the East Coast in the United States, a lot of social unrest and social change, which is definitely needed because Black Lives Matter. And the TikTok thing and the WeChat thing I told you guys about yesterday, it turns out that the executive order was signed but will not go into effect for 45 more days. So if you want to get on TikTok, you got 45 more days before it will no longer be available to citizens of the United States, which is pretty lame if you ask me. But hey, whatever. He can't be president forever, and TikTok will come back. Don't worry. So, new Earth asteroids. I haven't talked about this in a while. Just want to mention there are 2,037 potentially hazardous asteroids right now near Earth. 2,037 potentially hazardous asteroids. This is just crazy. But you have a list of them here if you wanted to look at least the biggest ones and their diameters. Whoa, one is 162 meters across. Oh my God, that is huge. That is really, really crazy. The missed distance of that one, that was from 2 days ago. Or no, I'm sorry. It's not, it's in September, on September 6th. It's upcoming. It's upcoming, and the missed distance will be 19.4 lunar distances away. So it's not going to hit us, but it might affect us. Oh, that's fun. 162 meters across. That's huge. All right. So here we go. The next thing we have on our agenda today is to look at the Schumann Resonance news. So disclosurenews.it, they are reporting today the highest amplitude for them in Italy was 31 hertz frequency. So it's coming back up. It had gone pretty low there for a while, but now it's coming on back. It was a little bit higher yesterday, but you know, it was down around 7 for a while. And remember that the Schumann Resonance was 7.83 for 50 years. And because we've moved up into the fifth dimension, which starts at 40 hertz frequency, it's gone up considerably around the world. And it does fluctuate. So, in Italy it's 31, but maybe tomorrow it'll be 41, We'll see. I bet it'll be 46 tomorrow. I have a feeling. Well, now you have to check it tomorrow. See if I'm right. Okay. Here we go as far as heartmath.org is concerned, because their numbers are always higher than Italy for some reason. But they take Schumann resonance measurements from around the world. I'm going to give you the latest update, which is from the 2300 hour on Wednesday, August 5th. So in California, the number was 131 hertz frequency. Hafuf, Saudi Arabia is back down to 0. And Lithuania was at 165 hertz frequency. Alberta, Canada was at 269 hertz frequency. Northland, New Zealand was at 67 hertz frequency. And last but not least, Hululu, South Africa was at 94 hertz frequency. And like I said, remember 40, out of those 6, 5 of them are well above that 40 mark. So out of 8 possible cities, 6 of them, I mean, that's pretty good. That's like 3/4 of the U.S. The 3/4 of the Earth, is, above 40 hertz frequency. We are well in the 5th dimension, well into it. So, all right, I'm going to read this little section before the typical lesson that I read for A Course in Miracles, because I thought this one was important today and it might help you. So here we go. It starts off, the name of this little article between lessons is saying, "What am I? What am I? I am God's son, complete and healed and whole, shining in the reflection of His love. In me is His creation, sanctified and guaranteed eternal life. In me is love perfected, fear impossible, and joy established without opposite. I am the holy home of God Himself. I am the heaven where His love resides. I am His holy sinlessness itself, for in my purity abides His own." Our use for words is almost over now. Yet in the final days of this 1 year we gave to God together, you and I, we found a single purpose that we shared. And thus you joined with me. So what I am are you as well. The truth of what we are is not for words to speak of nor describe. Yet we can realize our function here, and words can speak of this and teach it too, if we exemplify the words in us. We are the bringers of salvation. We accept our part as saviors of the world, which through our joint forgiveness is redeemed. And this our gift is therefore given us. We look on everyone as brother and perceive all things as kindly and as good. We do not seek a function that is past the gate of heaven. Knowledge will return when we have done our part. We are concerned only with giving welcome to the truth. Ours are the eyes through which Christ's vision sees a world redeemed from every thought of sin. Ours are the ears that hear the voice for God proclaim the world as sinless. Ours the minds that join together as we bless the world. And from the oneness that we have attained, we call to all our brothers, asking them to share our peace and consummate our joy. We are the holy messengers of God who speak for Him, and carrying His word to everyone whom He has sent to us. We learn that it is written on our hearts, and thus our minds are changed about the aim for which we came, and which we seek to serve. We bring glad tidings to the Son of God who thought He suffered. Now He is redeemed. And as He sees the gate of heaven stand open before Him, He will enter in and disappear into the heart of God. So this is in between the lessons. It says 14. I don't know why 14 is related to temperance. We had that in our reading this week, our collective tarot reading. But there you go. That is the little article called What Am I? Now we're going to go to the next lesson. And here we go. All right, we are on lesson 351. Now this is the Foundation for Inner Peace website, and you may find this at acim.org. And again, this is a lesson in a course in miracles. Are you ready to accept miracles for yourself? Good. I am too. All right, lesson 351, and here we go. My sinless brother is my guide to peace. My sinful brother is my guide to pain. And which I choose to see, I will behold. Who is my brother but your holy Son? And if I see him sinful, I proclaim myself a sinner, not a son of God, alone and friendless in a fearful world. Yet this perception is a choice I make and can relinquish. I can also see my brother sinless as your holy Son. And with this choice, I see my sinlessness, my everlasting comforter and friend beside me, and my way secure and clear. Choose, then, for me, my Father, through your voice, for he alone gives judgment in your name. My sinless brother is my guide to peace, and my sinful brother is my guide to pain, and which I choose to see, I will behold. Again, that's lesson 351. You may check it out at acim.org, or you can just go download a Course in Miracles app. There are plenty to choose from in your favorite color, of course, and they're always free and always will be. So there you go. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. In fact, before I take a quick break, we're going to get to the coronavirus news in the introduction, because after the break, when we come back, we're going to talk about the earth changes, see what's going on around the world, geologically speaking, and we're going to know who to pray for, where we're going to send our love and light, and send sunshine to most people. And then we're going to maybe have a little bit of the weird news. I like looking at odd, strange, weird, and wacky news just because it's entertaining as hell. A lot of you guys have really been enjoying it. I noticed that my Friday shows have a lot more listeners, so I'm glad for that too, because it's been really fun for me to talk about the news, especially the funny news at the end, because we all need the entertainment, we all need the break. And so here you go. I'm going to pause this for a second, and then we're going to talk about the coronavirus numbers just to see where we're at with that. All right. Well, it turns out that in my province of Ecuador, where I live, we only have had 93 deaths out of 480,000 people in the city. That's not bad. That's good. But all the hospitals are filled up here. And there's another deadly disease. I don't know what it's called, but there's another one on its way that's worse than the coronavirus, they say. So it looks like this pandemic thing where we're having to stay inside, it's probably going to be an ongoing thing, you guys. So, you know what? We need to, maybe buy some games, hunker in and have fun with our families and friends that we live with, and maybe buy some books and work from home from now on. I mean, it's like an introvert's dream. Sorry about that. It's just kind of an introverted life over here, but it's just the weird nature of the beast. 2020 has been insane, has it not? Anyway, all right, let's go with the numbers. Okay, out of all the countries in the world, from the first case recorded till now, these are the recorded cases. Now, the people who've not gotten tested, we're not going to talk about that, because this could be 3 times more than what these numbers are, okay? Keeping that in mind. In the world to date, there have been 19,543,562 coronavirus cases. There have been 724,075 deaths, and 12,545,567 people have recovered from this disease. Now, right now, in this moment, at the latest count, there right now are 6,273,920 active, currently infected cases right now. Currently infected people. So over 6.2 million right now are infected. Out of all those, only 1% are in serious or critical condition, and that is 65,019 people are in serious condition right now. It's only 1%, that's kind of promising, right? Now, as far as the closed cases are concerned, and this is what I'm going by when I say what numbers, because a lot of people are like, 20% are dying or whatever. Well, okay, this is what's actually happened with the ones that were followed and actually tested. This is it. Cases with an outcome, we have 13,269,642 cases that are closed. Out of those, only 5% have died. Only 5% is the death rate now. Remember a few months ago when it was 21%? That was pretty creepy, right? But look at this. I don't know, maybe it's your love, maybe it's your light you've been sending out, maybe it's a healing energy that you've been calling forth. But only 5% of the people have died. But when only 1% are in serious or critical condition, maybe that number will go lower. I don't know. So let's see here. The biggest numbers, of course, now come from the United States because, we always have to be number one. Yeah, yay. We won. She said sarcastically. All right. Right now in the United States, 5,095,524 total cases have happened. As far as the, let's see, there's no new deaths listed. Let me see. This has gotten to be kind of a bigger graph from the last time we read these numbers. I don't look at this very often. Remember, we were doing it every day for a while. And I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Total deaths in the United States as of today, 164,094 deaths. That is, like 65,000 more than anywhere else. Brazil has had 99,702 deaths. They have almost 3 million cases right now. The United States has over 5 million cases right now. India has over 2 million cases. We're ready for that one to hit, right? Because India's got a huge population. They've only had 42,578 deaths so far. So I don't know. I think we just keep sending love and light to everybody. In Russia, they've had 14,725 deaths, and they have 877,135 cases right now. And then it drops down to just over 500,000 cases in South Africa with under 10,000 deaths. Oh, in Mexico, though, oh my goodness, and today they have 6,717 new cases in Mexico. They have 469,407 people with it, and more than 51,000 people have died in Mexico. So, I don't know, we just got to keep praying. Remember back when Prue was scared that we were going to infect them? Well, they have more cases than us now. I'm looking and looking. We're kind of down on the list now. Back in the day when we had tons. Now, it could be a lack of testing. But right now in Ecuador, we've only had 91,969 cases and almost 5,900 deaths. So, it's not as bad as, back in the day, like a couple months ago, we were like, oh my God, so bad. Italy's only had 35,190 deaths. So, in the UK, they've had 46,511 deaths. Right, as of today, they've had 309,005 cases in the UK. Saudi Arabia, they've had over 3,000 deaths. Bangladesh, the same. They've had 3,333 There's like an angel number there. That's crazy, right? 3333 deaths in Bangladesh. Argentina, 4,411. There's another angel number right there. So I don't know. Iraq has had 144,064 people have the virus, and out of that, 5,236 have died. I don't know. Qatar's only had 180 deaths, on the other end of this. Singapore has only had 27 deaths. It's probably because they don't chew gum there. Maybe that's a secret that we don't know. Armenia's had 777 deaths. That's another angel number. That's strange, right? Nepal's only had 70 deaths. Palestine, 94. That's surprising. French Guiana, 47 deaths. Maldives it's a very tiny island nation, right? I think it's an island. They've only had 19. I don't know what it says CAR. C-A-R. Is that a country? I've never even heard of CAR. What does that stand for? That was odd. Sri Lanka's only had 11 deaths. There's only been 5 deaths in Rwanda. Well, thank God, that's a minor miracle there, because they're very poor people in Rwanda. Maybe they were a war-torn country for so long. Uganda, they've only had 6 deaths. Now, a lot of this could be a lack of testing, of course. It could be a lack of, lack of tests. But, anyway, let's just send love and light to everyone around the whole globe, no matter where they're from. And make sure that we love everybody no matter what. No exceptions. We're going to separate how we feel about what they do from their souls that are bright, shining, beautiful lights that God created. And people can always choose to be evil or mean or non-maskers, anti-maskers. But we're going to look past that and see the God inside everybody, right? That's how you stand upon that firm and solid foundation that will launch and springboard you into a higher vibrational state. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. When I come back, we're going to get into all the earth changes that have been going on in the past week, right after these messages. Happy August, guys. I wanted to extend to you my birthday special. I was born this month and I wanted to do something for you guys. Normally, my readings are $111 for a tarot reading or a psychic mediumship reading. That means I can basically help you talk to any of your deceased loved ones, your higher self, even God himself, or any of the ascended masters that you've always wanted to have a conversation with. What you need to do is just contact me at mermaidgirl888 on Instagram. Just direct message me and let me know you're interested in having the birthday special $88 reading. That is $33 less than my normal price. And as always, my cloud readings are also available at $33. So there you have it. Happy August. I look forward to hearing from you. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's high time you did. It is the absolute easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's absolutely free. Second of all, they have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. You guys have known that I've been doing this for 8 months using the Anchor.fm app right on my cell phone, and I have done it everywhere, right? I have recorded this in my living room, my bedroom, little cafes in Quito, Ecuador, all over Cuenca. It's so absolutely easy to make your podcast, and editing is just a snap. Anchor also will distribute your podcast for you, and it took me about 2.5 months to become syndicated, and now I'm available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more, and so can you. You can make money from your podcast also, and there's no minimum requirement. You get paid from your very first listener. It is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So please, if you are interested in making a podcast of your very own, do not hesitate to start with Anchor. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
We can make a difference in our own small way.
It's one small change, we can do that today. Our mind's getting bigger while the world's getting smaller.
But saving the earth's becoming a tall order.
From the minute you awake from your nightly nap,
You can make little changes like turning off the tap.
while brushing your teeth in the bathroom.
You can cycle or walk your way to the classroom.
Cut down the fuel you use to get to school.
Pile in, let's carpool.
In your lunchbox, cut down the plastic. See, these things aren't too drastic. Spread the word, get vocal.
Make it go global. When buying food, stay local. Never mind the dishwasher, do it by hand. But I hate washing off.
Ah, come on, it's grand.
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. Since we found out the earth was sick,
We knew we had to do something quick. The earth is our family and our friend.
we need to mend it before it ends.
This is our home, so don't destroy it. Everyone should do their bit. Ice caps melting, seas getting high. Homes will be flooded, polar bears will die. The sun's getting hotter, the rain won't fall. I'm afraid we won't survive at all. Recycle the plastic, please, it's free.
You don't want that ending up in the sea. It's like people use this planet as a bin. Pick up your trash, that's where you begin.
Temperature is rising, we are realizing. We must act now, there's no compromising.
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. If you cut down flowers and trees, you contribute to the mass extinction of the bees. Think of the creatures that don't have a say.
There has to be a better way.
There's no higher being to save the earth. We've got to do something before we get hurt.
At school, we know what to do.
But my question is, do you?
Just one small change in the little things we do.
We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth.
Just one small change in the little things we do.
We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth.
All right, guys, I'm going to just jump right on in to the Earth Changes Report. Now, keep in mind, like I said in the introduction, that as we talk about what's going on in the world, we want to send love and light to all the people that are suffering from the things we're about to talk about. Because it can't be easy being in some of these positions, right? And for the grace of God, go I. And it's important to know that our fellow humans, they could be in our position someday and we could be in theirs very easily. The tides have literally turned on us multiple times recently, just like with the locusts that were all over Africa, and they came through and then they came back again, and now they've gone through India and even now Europe. I mean, there's some crazy stuff going on in the world, but let's see what has gone on in the world since last Friday. So the first headline is Patagonia reels from one of its worst winters in 20 years, and an agricultural emergency has been declared. Oh my gosh. I've been living in South America for quite a while, and I've never been to Chile. So I've never been to Patagonia, although it's a place I really want to see someday. It's absolutely beautiful, but it does get extremely cold. So, wow, agricultural emergency in Patagonia. My son's been telling me that we are going to be really in trouble next year with food. I'm going to tell you this, guys, because I think it's time that we all start growing our own food, even if we live in an apartment, okay? It's time to start figuring that out. Making fruit roll-ups. I told my son, we're going to make fruit roll-ups. We're going to dry some fruit, make fruit roll-ups. If you seal them right, they're good for 10 whole years. And I'm like, I think we should probably do that. And we've been talking about having a garden out back, in the Sweet Adela, in our gated community. I want to talk to the landlady about starting a little community garden. I mean, I don't need 1 million zucchini, but maybe I'll want 1 or 2. And also maybe I can help other people, I did mention this yesterday, I do know that. But, I've been thinking about all this stuff, all these earth changes, So here's the next one. Hurricane Isaias is over the Bahamas. Well, this was a week ago. Forecast to move dangerously close to the east coast in the United States. Now, I don't know, did we say this? We might have, actually. I don't know why. I don't remember, we're talking about Patagonia last week. Let me see here. Yeah, no, okay, no, I'm right, okay. So yeah, Hurricane Isaias over the Bahamas, and it's going to be dangerously close to the United States East Coast. I think it might have already done that. This is about a week ago. So, there was a 6.4 earthquake, again with a 6.4. It's always 6.1 or 6.4. Have you guys noticed that? Anyway, the deep 6.4 earthquake has hit Mindanao in the Philippines. So, let's send them some energy of calm, because that's never, excuse me, I'm just yawning already. Here comes the solar winds. I had a feeling. This is going to happen, darn it. Yeah, it's not easy when an earthquake hits, and even if it's just a little tiny one, it shakes you, it rattles you, kind of messes with your head for days. And if you're in a big one, it can mess with your head for years. I know, because I was in Northridge during the Northridge earthquake, and they said it was a 7.2, then they downgraded it to a 6.8, and it was, man, it really messed with my head for a long time. Hurt a lot of buildings. That was a massive quake. Anyway, yeah, all right. A research offers new clues about where and how subduction starts on Earth. What the hell is subduction? I don't even know what that means. I'm going to go and check this out. Subduction, is that... I don't even want to know. I don't even want to guess. Okay. An international team of researchers have published a new study that provides clues about how and where subduction begins on Earth, which is the process behind the deadliest volcanic eruptions. Well, damn. Now I'm glad I know what that means now. The Earth's largest earthquakes and most explosive volcanoes occur at subduction zones. Is that like seduction below the Earth? I don't know. Anyway, where a tectonic plate sinks back into the Earth's interior, explained co-author Carolyn Eakin from the Australian National University. It's basically a vital ingredient for plate tectonics, and maintains a habitable planet, according to Eakin. But how they originate is one of the biggest unsolved puzzles in modern Earth science. So, they've been able to compile 100 million years of existing evidence for subduction zone initiation. One of the biggest things this showed was that subduction breeds subduction. Truly spontaneous subduction in pristine places is practically unheard of. So they're saying they could pretty much map it out. That's interesting. Ish. Alright, I'm going to just move on to something else. If you guys want to read this, by the way, it's at watchers.news. And earlier I was reading from worldometers.info on the coronavirus numbers, by the way. I always like to give credit where credit is due, and like to mention the websites I'm visiting. So if ever I don't mention a website and you'd like to visit it, let me know and I'll look it up for you and figure it out in case I forget to mention one, because it's not fair for me not to mention it. Alright, so let's see where we're at here. Alright, here we go. Alright. Phytoplankton blooms are on the rise across the Arctic Ocean. Well, that's strange. Okay, I'll bite. I'm going to open up that article, not just read the headline. See what that means. NASA's Terra and Aqua satellites have captured a majestic shot of blooms of phytoplankton showing up in higher concentrations across the Arctic Ocean this summer. So, every summer, parts of the Arctic Ocean and surrounding seas lose their ice cover and bask in ample sunlight. During this period, some of the open water areas become animated with blooms of phytoplankton that are vibrant and large, and you can see them from space. Well, that's crazy. It looks like blue fire. This is a beautiful picture. You can look this up on watchers.news. So, this year, phytoplanktons emerged in numbers across ice-free northern latitudes. Blooms across the Barents Sea, north of Scandinavia and Russia, were visible from space, and they're captured by the moderate resolution imaging spectroradiometer on Terra and Aqua. So, did I say Aqua? Yeah, okay. In the Barents Sea, blooms that appear in spring and early summer are usually composed of diatoms, a microscopic form of algae with silica shells and ample chlorophyll, and hence the green color. Okay, I'm looking at this, and it does not look green. It looks bright blue, so I don't know what they're talking about. But then they're also saying that the water has been transformed in places to milky white green. Okay, maybe I was looking at the wrong place. Oh, alright. Maybe. Kind of. I guess. I don't know. Okay, I guess. Alright, I see him kind of. It looks like blue to me, like bright blue, but I can see the milky white parts too. So, the blooms are common around the Arctic. New research shows that the phytoplankton biomass is now on the rise, though, in the Arctic Ocean. They find the rate of growth has increased by 57%, and they're absolutely surprised that the phytoplankton biomass has begun to increase in the Arctic. So they thought that the nutrient inventories would decline with the increased melt of the ice, but it's not at all what they saw, so it was a big surprise, I guess. Surprise, I'm here. Says the phytoplankton. It says phytoplankton in the Arctic Ocean. Okay, let's see, I want to make sure I get all these articles so we don't miss a thing. Because I don't want to miss a thing. All right, new method helps predict big solar flares. Well, I'm not going to go to that article, but if you want to read it, it's on watchers.news. Most detailed seafloor depth map of Arctic Ocean has been released. So again, with the Arctic Ocean, lots of Arctic Ocean news. So they have mapped the seafloor there. Good. I've been meaning to buy an apartment on the bottom of the ocean in the Arctic. It's like, why do we need a map of it? All right, well, it's something to do, I suppose. And it might actually increase knowledge about science of various things, oceanography, I don't know. Let's just move on. Flash floods damage or destroy, oh no, dozens of homes. Claims the lives of 16 people in eastern Afghanistan. Well, that sucks. Let's just send some love and light and sunshine energy to eastern Afghanistan. All right, more than 5.6 million people have been affected, and 109 people were killed, and also 640,000 acres, or 260,000 hectares, of crop area has been destroyed by floods in Assam, India. Now, they've had all kinds of stuff going down with these floods in Assam, India lately. There's been a lot going on. Let's send them sunshine and love as well. Tropical cyclone Isaias. Oh, see, I told you it's going to be later in the week. This is from the 3rd of August. Wreaks havoc across the Caribbean, and it was set to impact the United States eastern coast this week, they said. Well, this is a few days ago. We'll see what happens in the next couple minutes. Oh my God. Asteroid 2020. Of course. 2020 PA flew past Earth at 0.15 lunar distance. Well, that's damn close. I wish they would have told us. But I suppose if they hadn't, well, I don't know. I mean, that could have hit us. That's close, man. That's pretty darn close. All right, let's see where we're at now. Now I am still loading the article. Sorry about this delay, guys. Okay. Oh my gosh, this website's gotten strange in the past week. Whoops. Alright, so yeah, I can't before it was page 1, page 2, page 3, and now they only allow me to load so many articles at once, so bear with me. Alright, where were we? Okay. I think I found it. A series of powerful eruptions at Nishinoshima volcano, Japan, has occurred. So, I don't know what to do for volcanoes. I guess we could send love and light for the people that might be affected by that. Strange summer snow has started to fall in Beijing, China. Wow. I think the ice age is upon us, you guys. I really feel like it. I just feel like, I'm cold thinking about it. I'm in a cold place, but that's crazy. A strange summer snow falls in Beijing, China. Wow. But you know what? They do say snow with a quotation, so we're going to see. An unusual weather phenomena occurred in Dongcheng district of Beijing, China on the 28th of July. According to residents, it appeared like white snowflakes that fell in the area during a hot summer day, but meteorologists said it might be chal or graupel. What the hell are they talking about? Have you ever heard of that? Residents in Dongcheng were taken aback by a bizarre phenomenon as pellets that looked like snowflakes suddenly fell amid the summer season, and this event lasted for 5 to 6 minutes. A resident named Mr. Lee took a video of the unexplained weather event and posted it on his social media. It caused a stir among his friends and other viewers on whether it was indeed snow or something else. According to a Chinese media outlet called The Paper, meteorologists believe it might be chal or graupel, which is frozen white precipitation resembling hail. Well, is it hail or not? What the hell? The Chinese Communist Party official media, quoting experts, said it was indeed soft hail. Soft hail. Sounds like snow to me, guys. Oh my god, they're trying to make something that's not. It's just, it is what it is, but they're trying to make it was snow. Come on. Come on now. And they say it tends to appear in strong convection in summer. Graupels are white and opaque cooled water droplets. I mean, hello, snow. That are soft and easy to crush. Snow crystals may encounter supercooled water droplets under certain atmospheric conditions, and then the droplets can exist in a liquid state at temperatures below the freezing point. Okay, so that's not really liquid then, it's frozen, it's solid, because it's snow. Interaction between a snow crystal and supercooled droplets result in the freezing of liquid droplets into the surface of the crystal in a process called accretion. Okay, I don't know. I do not want to even read more of this. It just seems like it's snow. Let's move on. Freezing rain, snow, something in between. That's kind of crazy, though. Alright. Alrighty, let's see. What is next? Hurricane Isaias makes historic landfall in North Carolina, U.S. Well, we saw that one coming, didn't we? I mean, if you're in North Carolina, you already saw it coming, like, for real. Alright, by the way, let's send love and light and sunshine, not only to China, but also, especially, to the United States, on the East Coast, and in North Carolina. Let's send them some love and light, because, and sunshine, because of the hurricane. Alright, major wildlife has now spread in Southern California. Oh god, not again. Ugh, I love California. It's my home state, my favorite place in the world, but I can't live there anymore. I mean, my town burned down. I literally can never go home again. But major wildfire spreads in Southern California. More than 8,000 people have had to evacuate. Here we go already. Unbelievable. Fire season. I guess it's fire season. It is fire season. It does happen. So, all right. Snow has engulfed. And let's send some love, sunshine. Not sunshine, but rain to Southern California. You know that song, "It never rains in Southern California," but when it rains, boy, it pours. Yeah, they do have flash floods there for sure. I've been in them. Alright, snow has engulfed Victorian towns as Melbourne braces for its coldest 4-day spell since 1996. This is not looking good for, the Ice Age. Well, okay, it is looking good for an Ice Age, a mini Ice Age at least. It's not looking good for us, guys. I'm feeling like, I don't know. Get a couple more sweaters for your closet. Get a few more blankets and coats. It's getting me nervous, honestly. And so let's send some sunshine and love over to Melbourne, Australia. And Las Vegas has set July heat records on the other end of the spectrum. And there's no probability of monsoon anytime soon in Nevada. Wow. My uncle just died in Las Vegas. So my other uncle is there from Colorado, and my aunts are there. And that's crazy. I hope they're all okay with this heat. Trying to deal with an estate in this heat does not sound like fun. I hope they're doing okay. But man, Las Vegas, let's send them some rain. Let's send them some rain. Wildfires are raging out of control across Parana. I've never heard of this place. Parana, not Piranha, but Parana Delta in the wetlands of Argentina. Wildfires in the wetlands. Well, that sounds like ironic. So I guess let's send them some rain. Let's send rain to Vegas and rain to Argentina. And Canada is the next headline. Ottawa has set the record for the hottest July in 100 years. What the hell is going on? It's either too cold or too hot. Man. Let's send them some rain. Let's send some rain to Canada in Ottawa. And here we go again with another deep earthquake that's also 6.4. What is up with this number? 6.1 and 6.4. That's like seems like what it only is when we have earthquakes lately, doesn't it? So 6.4 earthquake hits near the coast of Abrim in Vanuatu. You know, it's a deep quake, so not a lot of surface damage with deep quakes, but still, it's kind of disturbing, you know. Multiple landslides block A83 at Rest and Be Thankful in Scotland, UK. First of all, how freaking cool is that Rest and Be Thankful is the name of a town in Scotland? First of all, that is brilliant. Second of all, multiple landslides have blocked the freeway there. Well, what the hell? I think we send them sunshine, because I think landslides are caused by rain. Let's just send them love and light for sure. Crazy stuff, man. Isaias moves into Canada. See, well, that was fast. Isaias moves into Canada after lashing much of the eastern U.S. and leaving at least 12 people dead. Well, that's not good. Let's send some sunshine all the way up and down the east coast of the United States and Canada. It just seems like they need it. 20 people are dead and 1,000 have been displaced as persistent heavy rains have hit Yemen. So let's send them some sunshine as well to Yemen. South Korea hit by its longest monsoon in 7 years, and now 26 people are either dead or missing. That's in South Korea. Let's send them some love and light for sure. And also sunshine. Alright, let's see. Trying to get to the next page. We only have one page left, and here it is. Waiting for it to load up, guys. Hold on. Oh, oops. Alright, here we go. Seriously, this website is really strange compared to where it had been. Like 2 weeks ago, it was perfect and easy to use. Now it's ridiculously hard. Okay, here we go again. It's like it only loads half of the first page, and then I go to load more articles, and it only loads a few more. I go to load more articles, and it goes to page 2. We're already done with page 2. So here we go. Alright, this is it. Alright. Scientists have resolved origin of oddball meteorites with X-rays. Okay. I'm not going to read that because we're already almost half an hour into the news. And I want to get to the odd news, don't you? So scientists have resolved the origin of oddball meteorites with X-rays. Well, maybe we'll come back to that one. I doubt it, honestly. If you want to read that article, though, you may see it on the first page of watchers.news, as long as you read it, or, go there in the next couple days. But if you're seeing this, or you're listening to this on Monday for your daily commute or whatever, a lot of people do that. Want to start their week off with odd news. That's always fun. Anyway, this is on page 1 right now. But after Monday, it might be on page 2, because you never know how much news is going to happen over the weekend. The Great Lakes have been hit by their first water spout outbreak of 2020. Is that really a thing? A water spout outbreak? Like, that is weird. A water spout is like it's like a tornado, but it happens, the wind just, picks up water from the lakes, and it's like a tornado made from water. That is freaking weird. I honestly think that they are angry jinn that create this. There's a legend that the angry jinn caused the dirt devils and the whirlwinds, as well as the tornadoes. So I wouldn't doubt it at all if this was somehow caused by a jinn. Or genie. Okay. A study has found that herbivores are at the highest risk of extinction. Oh, that's so sad. Did you hear that, vegans? I'm just kidding. Eat your meat. I'm just kidding. Study finds herbivores at a highest risk of extinction. That is very sad. And they have a picture of hippopotamuses. Maybe it's hippopotami. I don't know. I don't know how to pluralize that word, so we're moving on. A series of explosions have been recorded at Telica volcano in Nicaragua. Well, we have never heard anything about volcanic eruptions in Nicaragua. Like, not the whole time I've been doing Watchers.news, at least. That's very odd. Super strange. I don't even know what to send people when it's a volcano. I guess just energy of love and calm. Mount Washington has been hit by strong August wind gust on the strongest August wind gust on record in New Hampshire, United States. That's strange. All right, well, doesn't say how fast it was. But I'm not going to go to the article because we're running out of time for the first half of the second half of the show. And the weekly volcanic activity report is available if you want to go check that out. It doesn't say how many volcanoes are going off. It just says that headline. Mumbai records its highest 24-hour August rainfall since 1974 in India. Wow. Let's send them sunshine and love to Mumbai. A shallow 6.3 earthquake has hit Prince Edward Islands region. Oh, wow. Alright, well, let's send them some love and light, too. When it's shallow, that's not what you want to hear. Shallow quakes really mess with people on the surface. If it's a deeper quake, it might be disruptive, but not, it's not super scary. All right, the drought has intensified in northeast Cambodia, so let's send Cambodia lots of a lot of rain. It's like been every other one, hot or super cold. I mean, it's very weird, right? A lot of landslides and a lot of extra rain in places. Continuous explosive activity has occurred in Japan with strong sulfur dioxide emissions over Suwanosejima volcano in Japan. Wow, okay. Major landslide has hit Kerala, leaving 15 people dead and more than 50 people missing. That's sad. It's a landslide, huh? In Kerala, India. Okay. A very significant cold blast has brought rare snow and record temperatures to South Australia and Tasmania. So, a rare, significant cold blast brings rare snow and record temperatures South Australia and Tasmania. Alright, so I guess we send them love and light and sunshine their way. An ESA highlights cluster mission of 20 years of observing Earth's magnetosphere. What? I'm going to read that again. ESA highlights cluster missions 20 years of observing Earth's magnetosphere. Interesting. Okay. And last but not least, here is the last article for the day. More than 13 million people have been affected. 771 are dead as widespread floods continue across India. So let's send them sunshine. Send them sunshine across India. So this is an odd one. Launceston sees most significant snowfall since the early 1970s in Tasmania. Residents of Launceston, Tasmania woke up to more than 12 inches of snow on Tuesday, according to the Australian Bureau of Meteorology. This was the most significant snowfall the city has experienced since the early 1970s. So let's send them some sunshine over to Launceston, Tasmania. So that's crazy. Well, that's it. That's it for the Watchers News. That's good. All right, we're going to go to, we're going to check out some other things here. We've got a couple strange news websites queued up here. There's a lot of animal stories this week. A lot more than... There's a lot of crazy stories. Let's see. Well, The U.S. Space Force hires a horse. I don't think that you're going to get to Mars on a horse. I'm just saying. Hashtag just saying. What? Oh my goodness. A meatball has caused an exam failure, but the professor gave an extension. Yeah, that's... We might have to see what happened with that meatball. What the heck? When you didn't do your homework, you blame it on the dog eating it. And when you don't pass your exam, you blame it on a falling meatball? What? This girl did, but hey, it's 2020 and literally anything can happen. Yeah, I agree. This is on oddee.com, ODDEE.com. The whole meatball falling incident happened at the University of Georgia. Sam Lee is currently attending there as a junior. So she was taking her economics exam online when a meatball caused her to fail the test. A meatball fell out of her Subway sandwich onto her keyboard as she was working through the test. Well, according to Lee, when the meatball fell onto keys, it logged her out of the exam and she was unable to finish. It hit some sort of an escape button and closed the entire browser. She said, after she wrote an email, she said, It took after she wrote an email, she said took 6 hours to write so that she could explain the messy situation. Oh my God. The email was screenshotted and posted to Twitter, where the student tells her professor of the meatball that tragically had fallen onto my keyboard as I was taking the exam. This said meatball caused some malfunctions with my laptop and caused the test to submit itself. The test results posted showed that she received a 39.17% on the meatball fallen exam. Though Lee concedes a falling meatball is no excuse for failing grade on the exam, she did request a retest from the professor, and to her delight, the professor responded and gave her an extension on the test deadline until midnight that night. Well, that's good, because you know what? Oh, goodness. That's crazy. Twitter user Enemeni, that's a crazy name. Enemeni K. Okishima replied to Lee's tweet and said, I remember once in my college creative writing class, I wrote my final exam after not sleeping for 3 days. I was so groggy, it turns out I accidentally wrote it in Japanese, which is my native language. My professor laughed so hard and just told me to translate it for him. And they say, oh, 2020, we really can't wait to see what else happens. Oh my gosh. 2020 is crazy, right? I mean, if this person had been taking a test in a classroom, she definitely would not have been eating a meatball sandwich. Oh, the things we do when we're alone and at home. All right, let's see here. I'm going to read some headlines. A kangaroo has been arrested in Fort Lauderdale. Oh my God, I'm going to resist the urge to go read that article right now. Oh my goodness. Germany has gone nuts over sausage vending machines. Oh my God, what will they think of next? That's just crazy. That's crazy. A man has been reunited with a lost ice skate after 7 long years. I don't know if I want to read that, but it does sound intriguing. This is on Audive. I read you guys a headline and you really want to see it. The dumbest tourist ever got lucky as he pet a lion but didn't die. That's crazy. Maybe the lions knew he was a good guy and didn't want to eat him. In case you didn't know, now you know, owls do face down as they sleep. They sleep face down? What? That is crazy. A Loch Ness monster has been caught on new photos and has sparked a brand new online debate about whether it is real or not. A man has held his pee after drinking beer and his bladder has exploded. Let this be a lesson to you. You know, that's how Sir Isaac Newton died. He was the host with the most, and, well, he couldn't be bothered to pee, and he'd been drinking all day before his guests arrived. He was drunk as hell, and he was holding it because he was too extroverted, went around talking to everybody at his party in his castle, and then his bladder exploded in front of everybody, and I guess that was... he went out with a bang. And that was the end of that. So it can happen. If you have to pee, pee. Don't hold it in. If you have to sneeze, sneeze. Don't hold it in. These things can kill you guys. This thing can kill you. These things. Let's see. Some of these I've already read to you. The study finds personality traits are responsible for toilet paper hoarding. Dollars to donuts, it's because you're a Virgo? No. Oh, goodness. There's a brand new pizza topping debate. Iguana or nah? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna eat any iguanas, dude. Like, they do eat them in Mexico. And I have eaten flan made with iguana eggs, which was excellent. But, yeah, that's crazy. Apparently there was a mountain lion in San Francisco. It sounds out of the ordinary, but when you realize the kind of land that's all around San Francisco, there's a lot of wetlands. There's a lot of cougars over there. I raised my kids there for 10 years, just east of San Francisco, up in the mountains in Paradise. So, smell from durian fruit has forced evacuations in Germany. That sounds weird, but I lived in Chico, California for a while, a couple years, and there's fruit orchards all throughout that city, and when after the harvest and there's a lot of rotten fruit left on the ground, that place smells like mold. It's really bad. My allergies were always very bad there. It's just, I could see that happening. A man has broken a world record for getting hit by wet sponges for science. Okay. Who'd even think of that, let alone make it a Guinness Book thing? If you've ever wanted to own a Wild West town, here's your chance, they say. There's one for sale. There's a lot of Wild West towns for sale, and I've always thought that would be fun. Maybe put on a cowboy show and wear old calico clothing. I always thought that would be fun. You can finally escape Earth for a few hours. Uh-oh. We're going to go to that one. Can't just read the headlines on this one. This sounds too strange. Okay, my God. Okay. The spaceship Neptune will take passengers to the edge of space, 19 miles above the Earth's surface, and the trip will last you a total of 6 hours, and it will cost you just a measly $125,000. Yeah, of course you're going to have to go with a friend, so you need $250,000, obviously. How bad do you want off this planet right now? 2020 has become the year that 2012 had threatened to be. Yeah, right, exactly. Everything is uncertain and awful at the same time. If you're having a chill year, keep it to yourself. Because for the rest of us, we could finally get off this godforsaken rock for about 6 hours, and then it's back on down to the wretchedness of Earth. Also, the slight reprieve from Earth's misery will set you back $125,000, but maybe worth it though? Wow, really beautiful picture. That is absolutely crazy. Space tourism, it says, forget this lousy planet. Space tourism has been the dream since NASA landed a rocket on the moon. In fact, we were supposed to have a moon colony and express shuttles to Mars by now. Instead, there's an International Space Station, which doesn't look at all like a fun place to visit. A new age in space exploration launched with a SpaceX shuttle this summer. After the 2004 gutting of NASA's funding, any hopes of getting men to Mars has fizzled. Well, that's true-ish. They did just launch, I think, another mission to Mars recently. Not with humans on it yet, though. But that's when the private sector stepped up and... private sector. It's like you're a private dancer, but Halloween edition. No, private sector stepped up, and SpaceX and Boeing have now developed shuttle models, and they're making promises to get us to Mars because we've made such a mess of this planet. Yeah, like Mars is not our backup planet, dude. Like, whatever. I'm not leaving Earth because chocolate grows here. A seat on SpaceX shuttle might cost $52 million. Well, that's not a bargain at all. And you have to sit on top of 526,000 gallons of liquid oxygen and hydrogen to get there. But alternatively, check out the Florida-based company Space Perspective and their spaceship Neptune. And they are working with the Pacific Spaceport Complex in Alaska to make casual space travel a reality. Casual space travel. Oh my God. Or rather, travel to the edge of space. Their tourism model uses a hot air balloon. Wait, what? The size of a football stadium. What? To ascend 19 miles above the Earth's surface for over 2 hours. And then passengers spend another 2 hours filling their Instagram feed with amazing pictures captioned, "Later, suckers." Then descend into the ocean near Kodiak Island. It's not moon tourism like they promised us as children. Yeah, what's up with that? I thought we'd be like staying in a hotel on the moon by now. Yeah, but if you have $125,000 just kicking around, why not get off the doomed planet for a few hours? Yeah, all right. I could see that. All right. Splash Mountain ride in Walt Disney World has sunk underwater during the ride in a viral video. Of course, it went viral. I mean, they've had a lot of controversy with Splash Mountain. It's based on the old movie Song of the South, which made it look like the slaves were happy to be slaves. So, screw that shit. They're going to repurpose it and maybe change the theme of it. But they did open Walt Disney World this past week, and these people were in the boat, and the boat sank. And they were like, well, screw this crap. And they got out of the boat and walked away. And the whole time, a Disney cast member screaming at them to get back in the boat. And they're like, the boat is freaking sinking. Like, seriously, they almost died. Come on, they could have died. Maybe not. It was kind of a shallow pool. But still, I mean, that's like kind of ridiculous. It's like, don't tell me not to get out of a boat that's sinking. Totally dumb. That. So, okay, this is really creepy. Florida man finds tongues from the 1960s in a crawl space. What? This is written by Stoney Williams. Sometimes you just need to keep some extras on hand? What? Okay, so Florida people have the best hobbies. Between harassing a wife's lover, emotion support, cardboard, and now human tongues from the 60s. Wait, what? What could be better? In Gainesville, Florida, a contractor was doing work on a home, minding his own business, when he found dozens of jars containing human tongues inside a crawl space. Holy crap. Police were dispatched to a home near Northwest 16th Avenue after receiving a 911 call, saying human remains dating back to the 60s have been found in the crawl space of a house belonging to the ex-wife of Dr. Ronald Bowman, according to Fox News. Dr. Bowman is a world-renowned pathologist and former University of Florida professor. He said that he obtained the specimens as a part of his research and brought them home with the intention of using them for additional... When do you ever need tongues? When? Oh my God. According to the New York Post, he stored them in the crawl space because it was a cool area. Well, not now, it's not. What the hell? The CI Campos, Chief Inspector Jorge Campos, was on the scene with the tongues. He said that there were half a dozen gallon-sized jars containing human tongues. He said the tongues were used for research on thyroid and neck conditions and were meant to be brought back to the university, and Bowman's ex-wife now owns the home and forgot that the jars were there. How the actual fuck do you forget you have just jars full of tongues laying around? What the hell? I mean, were these people that told lies? They just cut off their tongues? I hope to God that the people were dead when they cut the tongues off. Really. Oh my God. They're not even talking about where the hell they got these things. So Steve Orlando works as a university spokesperson. He says, I don't know what the policies and laws would have been like 50 years ago or whenever it was, but I could tell you today, this is not something that would be permitted. Yeah, exactly. There are very strict federal state laws as well as university policies that prohibit that. It would be neither appropriate nor legal for a faculty member or researcher to bring home something like that. So, C.I. Campos says that this isn't unheard of, just uncommon. Police do not suspect any foul play and are conducting tests on the specimens. It was not immediately clear how many tongues they found, but he said that one jar contained, quote-unquote, several tongues. Oh, speaking in tongues takes on a new meaning when you hear about that. I'm assuming they were from cadavers and they were just testing them for whatever the hell reason. It just sounds creepy as hell to me. I don't know. I mean, that'd make a great Halloween prop, but also creepy as hell. Alright, let me see. There was another really odd one. The UK Foreign Office has a Chief Mauser who has resigned. What a Mauser is a person who catches mice. Okay, a cat person, an actual cat. They say it's always difficult to see beloved public officials step down. Of course, aw, poor little guy. Politicians come and go, it's their nature. And this has been very well exemplified by the current Trump administration. We've seen quite a bit of people, a lot of traffic, people going in and out of that, out of the White House. But now there's been another governmental resignation in jolly old England. This time, though, the one to resign is a cat. Palmerston is his name. He is the Chief Mauser of the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office. And he has announced that he will be stepping down from his role at the end of August. The Foreign Office has not yet appointed a replacement for this essential government position. In a public letter to the office's permanent undersecretary, Sir Simon MacDonald, Palmerston stated that this ongoing coronavirus pandemic has forced him to reevaluate his priorities. The spread of coronavirus around the world has caused many like me to begin working from home, Palmerston said. I found life away from the front line to be relaxed, quieter, and easier. I've enjoyed climbing trees and patrolling the fields around my new home in the countryside. He noted that the servant staff at his country residence, to whom he affectionately referred to as his family, have been pleasingly assiduous in serving his every need. Of course, I love the hustle and bustle of the office, but as I grow older, I must take a step back from diplomatic duties and enjoy some me time, wrote Palmerston. See, what I want to know is how was he able to type with those paws? The position of Chief Mauser was founded in 2016 and modeled after a similar one. in place at the UK Prime Minister's residence at 10 Downing Street. London's mouse clans had slowly begun to take over the Foreign Office building after negotiations broke down sometime earlier. Palmerston's distinguished diplomatic career began on the 13th of April when he arrived at the Foreign Office in Battersea Dogs and Cats home. He succeeded then Chancellor George Osborne's tabby, Freya, who had carried out similar duties in an unofficial capacity. And he was named after mid-19th century Foreign and Prime Minister Lord Palmerston. The new Chief Mouser quickly tackled the delicate issues he had been hired to solve. In less than a month, the Telegraph reported that Palmerston had caught his first mouse. This was, of course, only a beginning to an illustrious work history. How many mice do they have? Oh my God, at least they don't have tongues. He says, I've been delighted to meet representatives from all over the world, and I hope that I have done you proud in putting the UK's best foot or paw forward in each interaction, he wrote in his resignation letter. My signature move, pretending to be asleep while overhearing all the foreign dignitaries' conversations, will be a major loss for our intelligence gathering, he continued. But Palmerston's career did not pass without scandal. In particular, he often butted heads with his aforementioned colleague and rival, Larry, Chief Mouser to the Cabinet Office. While the two attempted to keep their relationship professional, their heated exchanges often spilled out into the public. On July 11, 2016, ITV news reporter Julie Etchingham caught Palmerston and Larry in the midst of a very loud argument in the middle of Downing Street. Later in the month, security guards at 10 Downing Street caught Palmerston after he had sneaked into the building. He had to forcibly be evicted by police officers. Later, he was seen looking furious while having it says quote-unquote looking fierce. I think that means his tail was swishing back and forth wildly. While having a standoff with the new law enforcement, the Telegraph reported. They just really have a lot going on over there that they have to report on a cat's activities. Anyway, this is getting very long. We're coming down to the wire here, and there is one more very odd story that I wanted to get to. Well, I hope that Palmerston is gonna enjoy his retirement. So yeah, that's crazy. Scientists have revived a 100-million-year-old microbe by giving it a snack. You know, guys, I'm saying why? Why would you want to do that? Microbe. That might be the death of all of us, right? Okay, let's see. There was a very odd story that I wanted to read to you guys. Now this website's getting kind of crazy. A Burger King worker was shot and killed over a fast food order that took too long. Just like this. Oh, here we go. Here it is. I knew that cat story was going to take too long, but I did find the article I was looking for, and this is a really good one to end on because it is odd. A man has lost his penis to infection, and he has a new one grown on his arm. Now, I've heard of people called dick nose or dick face, or just being a dickhead. I've never heard of a dick arm, but here we go. They say if this is not a medical triumph, we don't know what is. Ah, the miracles of modern medicine. What would the world be without them? Thanks to medicinal science, we're able to not die at the ripe old age of 30, as was a tradition for thousands of years. We've eradicated entire diseases, of course. And we can repair limbs that have been mangled beyond all recognition. We've also been able to successfully treat conditions that only a few decades ago would have been a death sentence. With modern medicine, we can even regrow a man's penis on his arm. Wait, what? They say. No, that's correct. Doctors have managed to grow a replacement penis for a British man who lost his little buddy due to a blood infection. And now it's currently attached to his arm. Well, there it is. They say, that's science for you. What a time to be alive. The owner of Jimmy, yes, it has a nickname. It's a 45-year-old mechanic, Malcolm McDonald from Thetford, wrote the Sun. Due to delays in his medical procedures, he has lived with this thing on his arm for 4 years. Oh my God. Of course it is mad having a penis on your arm, McDonald said. Not even I am used to it. But when you think about it, it's actually amazing. That they can make me a new penis at all is incredible. But that they can build it on my arm is mind-blowing. While McDonald still thinks that his new organ looks like something out of a sci-fi comic, he's glad to have it. It's my chance at a normal life, he said. I never like when your insurance company goes back on their word and they won't, like, how the hell is this normal when it is on your arm? My God. Okay, losing his manhood. The saga of the arm penis began several years ago when McDonald developed an infection in his perineum. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it, but suffice to say, it's not a nice place for an infection. Yeah. Perineum is also known as the taint. Oh, poor guy. I feel bad for this guy. The infection developed into sepsis, which got so bad that his fingers, toes, and manhood turned black. Oh my God, so many jokes, so little time. When I saw my penis go black, I was beside myself. It was like a horror film. I was in complete panic, obviously. I knew deep down it was gone. And I was going to lose it, he told the Sun. Oh my God. This guy's lucky he's alive. One day in 2014, the unspeakable finally happened. His wing wong fell off to the floor with a sad splat. Oh my God. Because I had been through the devastation of knowing I was going to lose it, I just picked it up and, put it in the bin. McDonald recalled. Holy shit, man. Doctors didn't have any good news for him. They told McDonald that the best they could do was to roll up the remaining stump like a little sausage roll. Understandably, McDonald didn't take this gruesome turn of events all that well. He said he began to drink and isolate himself from his family and friends. For 2 years after losing my penis, I felt a shadow of a man. Ugh. My life really fell apart because I had no self-confidence, he said. Well, yeah, it's kind of weird, right? A glimmer of hope. But one day McDonald heard of someone who might be able to help him. His general practitioner told him of Professor David Ralph from the London University College Hospital, who also happens to be known as the penis master. What the fuck? The penis master. What the hell? Alright, expert in reconstructive genital surgery, Ralph is famous for grafting a bionic penis for a man who was born without one. What? How do you know he's a man if he doesn't... Oh, fuck, never mind. It gave me a glimmer of hope that I could go back to being a normal bloke, McDonald said. He got a referral, and sure enough, Ralph said he could do it. Only McDonald's new dong would have to be grown on his arm for a period of 2 years. To McDonald, that sounded like all of his Christmases at once. Oh, God. Oh, my God. What the hell? It got even better when he found out that the UK's National Health Service would pay the $65,000 bill for the procedure. Well, I don't know. I think that's a bargain. I mean, it's half of what you need to get off the planet. The justification for the funding was that McDonald didn't want the surgery for sexual purposes. Why, what? He just wanted to be able to use the bathroom like a regular guy again. Oh, really? Really, though? Oh, my God. The justification for the funding is that it's not for sex? Like, oh, my God. As an extra cherry on top, Ralph took down some preferences from McDonald before beginning the operation. Not many can say that they have a designer penis, he mused. Doctors took skin from McDonald's left arm to form the shaft, and the organ is fitted with a urethra and 2 tubes that can be inflated with a hand pump for obvious reasons. Well, the operation was a success, and McDonald woke up with a penis on his arm, and it was 2 inches longer than his whole life. What the hell? Delayed finale. Oh, God, how am I going to get through this article, guys? Oh, this is killing me. It's so funny. The doctors told McDonald that his new buddy would be transferred to his garage in 2018. But of course, nothing good ever happens without issues. Oh my God, I'm dying. This is so funny. McDonald got sick before his surgery. Oh no. And the transfer had to be postponed. So scheduling issues ruined his follow-up operations, and in December 2019, a staff shortage at the NHS pushed the final procedure even further back. And he was scheduled for the surgery again for this April, but then the coronavirus happened. Oh my God. McDonald said that sometimes he feels like he's cursed. has a dick on his arm. Oh my God. The delays have been hard to deal with. I can't lie. Having a penis on your arm for 4 years is a really strange thing to live with, he said. While the graft is a new lifeline for him, it hasn't come without its own share of difficulties. I can't run because it waggles about. I can't go swimming, and I can't wear a short sleeve t-shirt. Yeah, obviously. But now he is finally scheduled, thank God, to get his penis moved to the right place by the end of the year. And here's hoping that this time the schedule sticks. Oh my God, I thought that article was gonna kill me, guys. Holy man, that's hilarious. Okay, well, let's send love and light to Mr. McDonald's and his new little buddy, and hopefully everything will work out. Oh my God. Oh, that was hilarious. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you're driving, I hope you pulled over to the side of the road for that one, because, oh my God. Not only is Metaphysical Soul Speak the podcast, as well as Anchor, not responsible for anything that might have happened to you while you're driving and listening to that story. I'm not going to be held responsible for that one. All right, well, there you have it. Another week done. Metaphysical Soul Speak the podcast. Yay! So I wanted to thank you guys for your continued confidence and faith in me and my show. And I hope that you're learning a lot and that we're growing together. And thank you so much for being on this grand spiritual ascension journey with me. I am glad that we are all experiencing the strange symptoms together, and we can explore life in all of its glory and wonder and hilarity together. All right. One last announcement before I go, though. I have thought about this, and I really need a celebrity endorsement. So, if you know anybody, or know anybody who knows anybody who's somebody, if you can please ask them if they would like to be a guest on the show to talk about spiritual things, or if they would just like to listen to the show and, just like let it slip to the media, and the greater media at large, that they listen to the show, because I really need a boost up. I need a big boost up because I need to be able to continue with the show. I have 2 months left of my income that's going to end in 2 months, so I need help getting the show out there. So thank you for those of you who have already told people in your Facebook groups and your Twitter followers and your Instagram people, your followers and whatnot, and your YouTube people. A lot of you have actually promoted the show, and I wanted to say thank you. I do see a difference. I am making a little bit more money every day, and it is helping, but it's not enough to live on yet. So if you could help me find a celebrity, or pray for me to find a celebrity endorser, thank you so, so much in advance. So that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Well, that's it. I'm going to go. But I will be back on Monday with all unique and original programming, just like always. But for now, I'm signing off, being grateful I don't have a dick on my arm. You see? Don't you feel like your life is so much better suddenly? I can't even with that. Oh, God. All right, that's it. I'm signing off with peace and joy and the high vibes of the Holy Fifth Dimension. Until next time, guys, peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.